Alrighty, so we're trying to get the other sword ending. The bad news is I have to replay this level because my save that was a branching path was not very well placed. It was actually directly after I finished this level, which seemed like a good point, but actually apparently some of the stuff I have to do in order to purify the sword are actually in this level. Like two different things are both in this level, which I thought I explored, but I guess I didn't because I spent a while running around grabbing everything. The good news is this level should be much shorter this time because I don't need to explore it for upgrade resources and other stuff like that because I'm probably just going to load my other save. I'm definitely going to load my other save when it comes to like entering New Game Plus Plus because that's the one where I read all the documents. Whereas I don't want to reread them all now, and I also don't want the game to lose track of which ones I've read already and which ones I haven't. So this is going to be non-canon, but I do need to get the ending via it. I think this is where I'm supposed to be. I think this weird little room up here, which I remember this existing, the one with the weird hole in one side. Arare. This room kind of stood as being a room that kind of went nowhere in the original playthrough, which is a bit curious. I'm being pursued. Divine water. Sure. Oopsie. Gonna get killed. Yahoo! Quickly. There's so many valuable things. What do I do? Oh. I don't know why I'm worrying about this stuff when I just said that I don't care about the long-term upgrades because I'm not keeping the results of this playthrough. Hello. So there's just a whole ass additional zone down here that I never see it. I don't think I ever saw before. Yeah. It's one of those thingies, the bamboo fountain thingies. It glug 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 fills up with water, and then the weight of it eventually makes it tip and pour it. Yeah. What's gonna happen here? What a change, by the way. I'm tickled by how this was somewhat foreshadowed by how this is the level where I repeatedly pointed out that there are high-placed windows into the outside world that are conspicuous. It's not as bright outside as I thought it was going to be, though. Like, we're technically outside sometimes, but I feel like in those parts it just looks like it's like pure night. I guess I haven't necessarily been looking up that much in the first few Dark Shrine level things. I should check out her arm. But in a lot of those early levels, I don't really remember looking up, but I feel like it just looked like it was much darker in general. It's much brighter here, which is surprising. Although the view that you seemingly have from the windows seems way brighter than that. Ring-a-ding-ding. Mandate of the clan. And yet, our mortal world is ever changing. The age of gods has passed, and the powers of heaven have withered. Such a living sacrifice may no longer... God damn it. Such a living sacrifice may no longer suffice to quell the wrath of the deep. So our ancestors saw fit to place a seal of immense power upon the being below. Upon the water they set a great stone. Now the being remains sealed away, unable to break free of its prison. However, earth cannot endure forever against the might of water. That's true. As its power wanes, the seal shall break. When the wrath rises once more, we shall be powerless to stop it. Are we taking the stance that it's actually good to break the seal? Aren't these old powers that were sealed away to benefit the fox. Note of caution. Akira no Hotai-sama bestows onto us the blessing of crimson water. This blessing can be found deep beneath the sacred mountain, where spring water pools to infuse with benison herbs. Its medicinal properties, unlike any other, are the bounty of many moons of steeping. The power imbued to the crimson water shall eradicate even the most wicked evil. But beware, for its frightful potency makes it unsuitable for the purification of mortals. Only the excision of ancient evil shall it be used. So it's too caustic to the soul or whatever to be used on someone like me. Hey, it's one of those basins. Hotai-sama sitting cross-legged. Okay, so that's the thing I need for the ending, right? A medicine bottle with Hotai-sama the monk engraved on it contains a red liquid. According to the writings of the Iwai family, whose members have served the people of Ebisugaoka as physicians for generations, only infusions prepared using the traditional method can truly be called Akira no Hotai-sama. Anything bearing the name of the modern day is merely snake oil. True infusions are said to be a double-edged sword, both a miraculous elixir and a dangerous poison. That is, if one harbors any guilt inside their hearts, then not only shall the infusion cleanse you of any evil spirits, it will also destroy your very self from the inside out. Oh, there's more on the first page. In ancient times, when people believed fevers were the result of demonic possession, this infusion was considered a miracle cure that was capable of dispelling evil spirits. Though the original formulation has been lost to time, historical documents indicate that it took an extraordinary amount of time and effort to prepare. Oh, another Ima. We're not going to be able to keep this one, though. So I just don't want to be as thorough in replaying the rest of the game, so I'm not going to be that careful. So this is not the continuity I'm going to keep for New Game Plus Plus. I'm like, I already played New Game Plus and already tried to fully explore it again that time. Missed this, though, so maybe didn't do an amazing job. There's little bells. Mandate of the clan. Upon the rock our ancestors built a shrine, naming it Heaven's Benediction, so it could serve as a sanctuary for our clan. When Heaven's Benediction falls, the wrath of the depths shall rage against the heavens themselves, and both man and land shall face calamity. When that time comes, the glory of Higa's gods shall wane, heralding too the end of our clan. It is the duty of our family's head to ensure that Heaven's benediction will prosper for generations to come. It is the fate of our family's head that he shall prevent calamity from ever arising. He who seeks the crimson water which banishes evil. When the Shishi Odoshi strikes again, let the bell chime. Thrice shall the bells ring to speak the legends of this land. Trapped under a great stone in the lake's abyss lies a slumbering water dragon, born during the age of gods and sealed away by our ancestors. Deprived of the water dragon's spirit, the once lush green tree has met a withering fate. Is that the legend that I need to get 3 bells from? Kept under a great stone, slumbering water dragon, sealed away, tree wither. Yeah, ring the bells. Shishi Odoshi. Is that the thingy in the room? Shishi Odoshi. Yep, that's the bamboo thingy. That's what that's called. Good to know. It's a good thing that it's well introduced that when you walk in, this thing is just the first thing you see, and it's such a distinct noise that you're hearing the whole time you're here. It's kind of unavoidable to notice that it's here. So you can kind of intuit that that's probably the Shishi Odoshi. So it strikes every time it fills up. And they said to ring a bell each time? When the Shishi Odoshi strikes once, let the bell chime. Thrice shall the bells ring to speak the legends of this land. So one bell is rung per that. And you have to do it at that pace. If you go too fast, you mess it up, but also if you miss one of them, then that counts as not doing part of the combination. How many bells are there? Okay, there's a drawing on the lantern. That's waves. To the surface of water. That's fire. There's two more over here. Tree. Deeper water? Mountains? I wasn't expecting to have two similar ones. Oh, there's one up here too. Okay, that's a mountain. Let's revisit the waves. Is that one like maybe wind? No, that's definitely waves. So I guess waves, and that one's like underwater, maybe? Trapped under a great stone in the lake's abyss lies a slumbering water dragon, sealed away by our ancestors. Deprived of the dragon water's spirit, the once lush great tree has met a withering fate. Tree, lake. Stone. I don't feel like I understand. How do I get 3 steps out of this? What are the 3 steps? Thrice shall the bells ring to speak the legends of the land. Under the great stone. Is one of them under a great stone more like diegetically? As opposed to the drawing being clearly that? And do any of these represent being a dragon spirit? Is a fire might be a spirit? Fire-like drawings are often used as spirits. So maybe abyss, spirit, tree. Wait for the chime. Nope. The one up top is a mountain, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, 5 options. Trapped under a great stone. Is the great stone a rock? Upon the water they set a great stone. The earth cannot endure forever. It might be like mountain fire tree. But also, like, I'm not sure what the difference is between the two different... Mountain? I'm not sure what the difference is between the two different water options. I just don't get this game's riddles, honestly. No. Born during the Age of Gods and sealed away by our ancestors. Alright. I think it's time to look it up. I just don't understand what they're going for with so many of the puzzles in this game. Genuinely incomprehensible to me. This one I just don't even see what the 3 steps would be. Ring the bells in this order: stone, water, wood. 2 of them are water. That one, I think. I think I'll wait because it's a bit of a long run. Fuck. I went too fast. Can you imagine how maddening it would be if the audio cue and the logic behind those scenes ever got like out of sync with each other? Okay. Now remember to wait. There we go. It's turning red. Also going down. A new lowered red water level. That is eerie. Yeah, frustrating little puzzles where I'm like, I get the logic is just to bring 3 of these 5 bells in the correct order based on the story, but I just could not glean what the logic was that they were using for that. So I can't purify the sword here because I don't have the sword. The other one has the sword. That's an interesting split here where in order for her to purify the sword, this version of her has to enable it in the first place, and then the other version of her can go purify the sword. Even though when you think about it, this is the purification half of Hinako. And the other version of her is the, I guess, rebellion half of Hinako. The one that doesn't want to be purified. So having that split is interesting. And having the fact that they have to help each other. So like, this Hinako has to lay up. And then the other one has to follow through. Alright, well I think that's it for now. I think I did what I have to do overall. And now it's my job to follow up on it and the outside world. The last record of a true Agora no Hotai-sama being administered in Ebisugaoka was around the time that Senensugi Shrine's divine tree fell in a lightning strike. According to historical records, it was decided that in order to protect against such misfortune from falling the shrine again, an Inari statue would be enshrined as a divine object. The Iwai family sprinkled the statue with revered medicine to cleanse it of all impurities. It is said that the Inari statue's bowl miraculously filled with a red liquid resembling Agora no Hotai-sama, and ever since, any villagers who drank it were cured of their illnesses. Now we have to hope that it's enough to purify the sword. It's interesting, oh, we killed it. It doesn't do it anymore. Since the water level lowered, it can't fill the bamboo anymore. It's interesting that, like, when you set out to purify the sword, I was able to relatively intuitively do the steps that I needed, because there were like audio cues and whatnot that like summoned you towards each of the shrines that you need to then do a puzzle at. And then it's relatively straightforward, like, oh, there's one puzzle at each of these shrines, and one of these shrines seems to happen during each segment where you explore a bit of the city again before a story bit happens again, or a shrine part happens. Like these parts, I mean. But this one was like basically a secret, hidden away, and nothing was really pointing you there, or there wasn't really anything to indicate that this was the part of the game you even needed to do this. So it's completely separate from the logic of the other stuff. So they made it so that getting the sword is a relatively intuitive thing you can figure out. But some of this other stuff, you could just walk right by it and have no idea you were missing something, which is a bit rough in a game where you're replaying old content, obviously, and trying to figure out which stuff you need to focus on and which stuff you can kind of blaze through because you've played the game before already. But at least we came back and got it. And I guess, like, if this is what I needed to purify the sword, I think that I can now just go get it, do the 5th shrine again, and then get this sword, and then take it to the purification spot that I've always figured was going to be the purification spot, because it's been telegraphed since our first playthrough. But thankfully, the other thing that I didn't understand what it was, that they hinted at in the end conditions screen, I guess was just up there. And so it's just in the same location as this. But good to know. I think we're all set. Now to jump cut past an hour of additional work. Leave me alone. Okay, I've got the sword. I'm up at the shrine.
This is the oldest Oinari-sama in town.
Please work. Oh, it's red now. I don't think that was like that before.
Thank you so much for helping me. But I'm fine now. From now on, I can take a stand on my own.
Who is she talking to? Well, the sword is from the tree, right? It's like, is the tree part of the struggle tied to the doll? And we're essentially excising that part of our support? Since having the corrupted weapon seemed to be tied to having the doll with us. Whereas otherwise the doll's not around. An ancient sword that harbors a malevolent energy deep within its steel. Once the sacred sword has been purified, it will no longer provide you with any protection. Likewise, it will no longer repair itself when sheathed. Instead, you will need to rely on toolkits to restore its durability. Oh. So it's just a sword now. 4th slot, though. That's neat. Extra, that means you have 4 weapons worth of durability during fights. Yeah, I think she was talking to the doll. At first, when she said thank you for all your help, it reminded me of how she talks about the fox, despite everything he's done. But I think this is ultimately the path you take to ally yourself with the fox and commit to purification. Since that's the other side of the binary split that was in the ending we saw so far. I think I now need to replay like 2 hours of combat to get to the ending, where I assume everything is basically the same up till then. Hopefully I'll be able to tell. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Welcome to the Shimizu residence. I was playing past this point, just kind of blazing through it and not paying that much attention. And then I noticed like, oh wait, I don't remember these conversations happening last playthrough. So that makes sense. It's a point of no return that happens after you purify or don't purify the sword. You can't go back at that point, so they know which ending you're locked into. So it makes sense stuff would change here. So it means I will now run around for the purposes of doing this route, but this time I will do it on camera. So that's exciting. So much of the map is filled in right now. When was this save? This might have been when I was finished with the first floor. I don't think any scenes had happened yet on the first floor. I think this is when I ran around and just confirmed everything. This was interesting is that this part seems to be inverted. This is the one where you're in this one the family is fine and the friends are crossed out. Whereas in the other one, the puzzle solution was that the friends were fine and the parents were crossed out. That seems to be like a noticeable difference. But yeah, I need to go find the painting. I need to reorient myself a little bit because I was like kind of like far along through this process. And now I need to... there might be one or two things that I already did before this save, unfortunately. I'm not sure. There's only so much I can do. I don't know which parts are going to be video and which ones aren't going to be, and I have to rely entirely on my memory sometimes about what's new and what's not new. It's kind of a pain. Okay, so I did not correctly pick up the calendar. But yeah, the various parts where phantoms show up and we watch old memories, they had different dialogue. And in addition to that, I'm sure that the confrontation with the other me is probably gonna have different dialogue too. So let's play this out from here.
My house. What the hell's happening?
We'll wander in here starting with the first loop. Hello. Surprise. Did he make that sound? Oh, he does.
Is it dead?
That's such a loud, whistly sort of noise. There's the picture frame.
I've seen this photo before.
God, I had so many bandages at this point. Hey. Wow, good dodge. That was the good dodge. I believe both the doors in that hallway were locked. This one always has her here. And then the next room has the Howley enemy. Damn, look at me go. Kind of just checking every room. I kind of never have this place memorized about what the tasks are. It's just there's 3 similar layouts. Don't need that. Ramun. No, thank you. So in this version of the house, the western hallway doesn't exist. Or at least not in this direction. It might connect from the top. I think this is the weird version of the house where you see this like... Oh, goddammit. Please don't. Ah, I hate this enemy so much. This is just so... Oh, he's just fucking camping the door? You prick. I'm not that concerned about my performance just because we can tank a lot in this difficulty. And I have a lot of health.
Is this?
No need to see me home. See you tomorrow, partner.
Right, partner.
I like you the way you are now. You wouldn't be you if you went with what others wanted.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
Hinako! What was that loud noise?
I have no idea. Maybe you're hearing things?
Well, what did you think of the outfit? It's cute, right?
It's like I told you before. Cute clothes aren't really my style. So please stop bringing me those kinds of outfits. It's embarrassing.
Is that so? I guess I'll give it to someone else then.
Yeah, do that.
What a shame. I thought it looked really good on you.
It's not Shu's fault. This is what I wanted.
Letter from a man. I do not believe there is any reason you should be tied down to your younger self. Likewise, there is no reason your future self should be constrained by the you are today. Thank you, by the way, for the beautiful pressed flower. It was the first gift I had received from you, and I will surely cherish it until the end of time. Is it a pressed flower from the husband to be? Don't look at me. Kudzu. That's kind of a big deal. My inventory is full of such nonsense. It's very surreal having the house be unfamiliar like this.
I used to play with this all the time.
Oh, god damn it. What a waste. I don't like them making like sad dog noises. Stop. Doesn't feel right. I feel like someone's watching me. I'm always alone, so I'm okay with playing by myself. Okay, yeah, same puzzle. Left and right Hinako having the same.
Looks like this opens here.
There we go. Ah!
What's this?
Sure, there's a lot. I'm sure you could break down that puzzle and solve it more definitively, but I feel like it's just not that hard to just shuffle them back and forth until it seems to even up without thinking about it too hard. It's one of those things where like the way of doing it just kind of on a whim is easy enough that the idea of doing it the hard way where you actually definitively like give each figure a numeric value of how heavy you think it is would be like so comically more work than just kind of shuffling them around for a few seconds. One of those things where I'm like, I'm hesitant to even call it brute forcing as opposed to just being like not insane as far as how much work it would take. So it's definitely a different scene. Similar scene about her fate and her interaction with Shu, reinforcing that he wants her to just do what makes her happy. But not the actual, oh god damn it. But not the actual like words we actually had previously encountered. I think there's a knife in here. Yeah. I'll just replace this weapon with a new one. The big ones can be just kind of annoying anyway. So I take it that this whole level changes its cutscenes based on which ending you're kind of locked into every single time. Wow, that went down quick. So I guess get used to seeing this house, because I'm probably gonna have to play through it one more time. What's that? Toolkit. It's kind of weird seeing all these doors stacked up here like this. He's just gonna keep following me. What did I see back here? Drawer. Arade. I wonder if there's anybody who particularly uses that item. I just don't like its gimmick. Because you have to like store up a fair number of them for them to be worth all that much healing. But then even then, if you're trying to eat enough of them that makes their healing feel vaguely efficient, you still probably will cap out your health really quickly. Making the effort feel pointless. Goodbye.
Why would someone put this here?
Bless her for not being able to figure out this is some kind of representative space. Why would someone put this dried carcass in here? In the monster house. That's clearly like it's like my house, but wrong in an impossible way. Granted, it'd probably be annoying, honestly, if the protagonists of games like this actually started cluing into what kind of space it was. Like, they just become the protagonist of, like, hello. They just become the protagonist of Control, but in Silent Hill. That'd probably be annoying. Mom's bag of prescriptions. Prescription list. Patient, Shimizu Hinako. Take once after each meal, and once before bed. Store in a cool and dry place. Something, something, something. 10 milligram, take 1 tablet. Something, take 2 tablets, take 2 tablets, take 1 tablet, take 1 capsule. Take 1 pouch. Department of Internal Medicine, Prefectural University Hospital. Which parts of the screen even say that, I wonder? Huh. Is that the middle table, I assume? It's hard to interpret what this is trying to say with the asterisks and so on. In particular, because all the symbols look like they're probably legible in Japanese. So I don't really know what the translation's going for. But that's an escalation. First of all, I don't know what a capsule is compared to a tablet. I thought that was the same thing in medicine terms, usually. A pouch, though, what catastrophic situation are you in where a normal dosage is 10 milligrams, but there's a situation where you take 250 milligrams? If the normal dosage is 10 milligrams, my brain tells me that the 250 milligrams is an attempt at suicide. Why did the notes say that? Let's see, this should be the long hallway where yeah, when I run down here, I should hopefully get through here before this guy... No, don't do this. He always does this preemptively before I even, like, aggro him, seemingly. Alright, so this is where I get the propane tube. And add the bird door to the map. Is there actually anything... I don't remember if there's actually anything in this room. Is it just a creepy room? Yeah, it's just like a dead end down here, but I don't think there's anything to get. I believe all 3 doors to that hallway are always locked. So my goal is to take the painting and the propane tube back to the first version of this level. And then I'll come back for the bird key. Oh right, I haven't actually got this yet, did I? This is why I want the propane tube, is so I can get the block of wax. Hinako's diary. My big day is tomorrow. I can't back out. I'm scared. I want to run away. I don't get it. Why is it already here? We've come that close to it before? When was that diary made? I thought that the big day hadn't happened yet. She has a diary saying that it's tomorrow? Is that when the game took place?
This can wait.
Does this game start when there's 1 day remaining? I wonder. Wow. Ramune is way weaker. I can go back this way to install the tube, which will let me melt the wax. This is probably the best level in the game. I do like the ones where you wander around a building and have to solve your way through a bunch of little doors. It's usually not that deep necessarily, but like, yeah, like something along the lines of like Alchemilla Hospital. So I quite like the middle school and the Shimizu residence. So we place this, and then it should be solved already? Yep. So I already rotated the other ones to put the family alive and the friends dead. Ow. What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay, so 2 crests. Now I need to loop twice to go get the bird door open. No, thank you. While hoping not to aggro the birth monster, which I think is in one of these rooms. One of the versions of this place. I don't think oh, it's in the big room, that's why it's big. And I have no choice but to sort of aggro it because it's between me and where I'm trying to go. That's probably what the roaring was about that I heard earlier. It might not matter that it's aggroed. I might be able to get through the door without fighting it anyway.
You're not keeping anything from us, are you?
I don't know. I seriously don't even remember.
This is fine, dear. Don't you think? What's the concern? What did you think, Hinako?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I figured. That's understandable. Just try to gather your thoughts and think long and hard. Speak with your inner self and really hear what she has to say.
I hate this.
What?
No, I'm not doing this!
What's gotten into you, Hinako?
I'll tell you! I hate you, Mother!
What?
I said I hate you! I never want to be like you!
Damn. It all comes out. On one hand, she's lashing out in a way it's like rough to watch, but on the other hand, you're like, well, they're literally pledging her to somebody against her will. I wonder if the puzzle solution is going to be different. Because last time it was all about. Oop, hello. It was about this or that. Two people fighting amongst the scales and then having a specific outcome and a bird flying away. Which seemed to be tied to Hinako's freedom, right? This next puzzle probably plays out differently now. The sword and Fox fought, battling upon a sense of scales. After a long and vicious fight, the sword was defeated, and Fox reigned supreme. Okay, yeah, that's already a difference. Taking the black bird's right hand, the fox showed her the scales in his other hand. Now you must choose, Blackbird. Have you made a decision? Upon one side of the scales was the fox, and on the other, nothing. Huh. Disorienting? Kind of sounds like the scales are here. There's Blackbird. There's nothing. Let's switch these in case they're backwards. No. On one side of the scales was the fox and the other nothing. They mean this nothing or a different nothing? These are the two sides of the scales. Take the Blackbird's right hand, fox. After a long and vicious fight, the sword was defeated. The fox reigned supreme. Taking the blackbird's right hand, the fox showed her the scales in his other hand. Taking the blackbird's right hand. You take the blackbird's right hand with your left hand, right? Well, unless you're facing each other. These puzzles kind of annoy me. Okay. Apparently that's...
What was that about?
On one side of the scales is the fox, the other one is nothing. Okay. From like a horizontal axis, I guess? I'll take it. Weird. There's the emblem.
Hinako! Shoes on the phone!
Tell him I'm not home!
I already told him you're here.
Then tell him I'm heading out shopping or something.
Okay. I'll tell him.
You can see me, right? Huh. Now you can even hear my voice. Don't just stand there. Come in. I have something I want to talk to you about. Please. Just die. If I ask you to, would you please just die? Why do you want... If Shimizu Hinako dies, then I might be reborn as someone else. You want to be someone other than me? Why don't you want to live as me? The good things in life. The bad things. Everything you value. Or you hate. I thought about it. And all of it just... leads to despair. No. Let me put it in a more positive way. You can't live like a baby bird forever. The days living in a nest as a baby bird. Getting fed by mama bird and daddy bird and playing with your friends. Those won't last forever. Once winter comes around, the parents will fly away and abandon the nest. Your friends, once they learn to fly, will take wing and disappear. There'll be nothing left. Every nest will be empty. Your parents, your friends, everyone will leave you behind. You'll be all alone. Stop. The happiness you have now, and the lonely winter that's bound to come. Everything. I've done all the math. I've thought it all through. Stop. Don't. It's too much. No. I get it. It's terrible. It's scary. But the scariest part? What if winter...
I don't want to hear it! I don't know! I don't want to know! I don't want to think about it!
decision is just to cover your ears and scream? If that's what you're going to do, then you'll just have to die. No mercy, no remorse. Don't want to? Then show me. Prove to me that you don't want to die. That you want to live. No more running away. No more covering your ears. Finish me up for good so you can keep on living. Why don't you kill me? You said you'd be happy with me gone, but can you even do it? You're scared, aren't you? Yeah. I'm scared. I'm terrified. Someone who's kind today, they might turn into a completely different person tomorrow. I mean, even Dad used to laugh and smile before. But running, succumbing to fear, it's not a decision. Open your eyes. Don't stop thinking about this. Don't ever let other people decide what happiness is for you! Shimizu Hinako. You may be a baby bird, but you still have wings. I'll give you all the courage you need. So you give me your way!
Does that open the locked drawer? Yep. The key to my desk drawer. I vaguely remember putting something very important inside. I'll give you all the courage you need, so you give me your wings. It went roughly how I expected it to go, which is that she was framed as the more mature character in opposition to us, because they're in favor of us going forward with the marriage and just kind of like doing what must be done for adulthood and being brave about that in order to push forward, instead of waiting around clinging to childhood and then watching as all of the other people mature and move on without you and so on. The idea, the rough thing is the fact that in this case it's so continuously framed as being a binary where you can only pick this marriage with this man you don't care about, and or not being a functioning person practically. So it's a total. You either don't develop or you don't have agency. Is the way that it feels like, and that's like very frustrating, because like she's framed as more mature, at least in the first half of the conversation, but while she's being mature, she's also like more disaffected, resigned, and so on. I'm like, well, that doesn't sound like happiness. Bundle of letters from the drawer. When I look upon the moon, I cannot help but be reminded of your graceful form. Oh, how blessed I would be if we were gazing at the same moon right now. Awaiting your answer is nothing short of pure bliss.
Kotoyuki.